Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the Aussie South African top 40 today? So there's a couple of things I just want to point out, or highlight rather. And the first one is the power of the inside tail. So if you look across all of these bottoms here, the closest inside tail is this one. See, there's a lower tail and there's the inside tail. And you can see how Friday tagged that level and we bounced off it. Okay, so this just shows you the importance of looking to the left. And if I keep looking left, you'll see there isn't really another inside tail except for this one here, there, and you'll more than likely find, okay, we did fly through that, but we'll look on the lower time frame and you'll probably find that that was used as resistance on a lower time frame. Okay, now looking to the inside tail, there's an inside tail and you can see that's pretty much where price got to. Okay, there is another inside tail here, right over there, and you can see that's also where we sort of overshot it slightly to look for the next inside tail. So that's why I always talk about the inside tail. It is an area where, especially the Aussie, the buyers step in, but it's never, it's never the exact inside tail. There's always one, two, or three other areas in close proximity where it will bounce off. Okay, so looking at the daily, we've had a crossover of the moving averages, which is a pretty good bullish sign. Negative is the fact that we have this climb outside the Bollinger as well as continuation diversions. There's a high, there's a new lower high, there's a high, and that's a higher high. So this here is diversions and it's an indication of reverse diversions. So yeah, let's just move to the lower time frame and we can start looking for. Okay, so now you can see this middle inside bar that I used on the daily. You can see how we used that as resistance going into the close yesterday. Okay, now looking at the 4 hour, this is a Bollinger W here. On the oscillator, we've had a grouping. Okay, and we've had a second attempt at the high. So putting that all into the picture, there is potential that we have some form of consolidation here still. And I know I sound like a stuck record, and this thing has a habit of running 1,000 points just in a consolidation level, which you can make a fortune just in the consolidation level if you've got your wits about you. So let's just get down to the hour, and I'm going to delete all the noise. Basically, having a look at here, you can see the momentum index is pretty much neutral. Okay, stochastics are grouped to the upside. So we have sort of nothing colorating here. So there's nothing really to read into it from the oscillator perspective on the 1 hour. Moving averages are pointing up. So again, I would pretty much look sort of at a lower time frame and watch out for that consolidation range break. Okay, so the levels you're looking to are 48,935 to the upside and 48,548 to the downside. So break any of those levels with a sort of a half-hour close above or below, that's going to give you the move to the downside. And I think the important thing here to remember is we didn't even tag this level here. We turned in the middle of nowhere, and that's never a good sign. So, I had some orders sitting down here at the gap close, anticipating a quick bounce, but we didn't even get down to that level. So that just makes me wary. Okay, so this could turn out to be a double top, or it could turn out to be a much broader consolidation range. So in other words, this is the bottom down here, and I would expect if we do get back down to this level, I'd expect us to come and close this daily gap and that is the top there, which is the high of Friday. Okay, so let's just have a look at the ichimoku. That will give us an indication of what's actually going on. So yesterday we had a negative crossover, then we had a bullish crossover. So first a bearish crossover, then a bullish crossover. And looking at the half hour, we are still in a bullish trend. However, the oscillators are not pointing up like I'd like them to be, and they are in a bullish manner. But yeah, I think this is, to me, is more a mixed bag of consolidation that's looking to happen. And we also have sort of from here to here, we've got a little bit of diversions, nothing really to write home about. It matches the triple top that we have in place, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so looking at the 1 hour, so you can see we bounced off Dickinson, and this just shows you how critical this indicator is on the 1 hour. So we've got the bounce off the Dickinson here, and I suppose pretty much what you could have done is taken on this first half hour candle. That is the first half hour, is it? Yeah. So this first half hour candle, just taken a break above it, and that would have been a long, because looking at the hour, that would have been a bounce off Dickinson. Okay, so the 1 hour is still bullish, although we are sort of getting a flat Dickinson here, and we've got a flat cloud, which is never a good sign. Okay, moving on to the 4 hour, you'll see we've got a flat Dickinson, a flat cloud, and we are still battling with a 200 moving average here with Chico span. But again, you can see how Chico span rallies through the cloud, comes back to test the break, and then rallies on through. Okay, so this is pointing to a sort of a bullish move, but I would still look for a half decent pullback, and we didn't really get one yesterday. And lastly, looking at the daily, we are above Dickinson, above Dickinson, but we haven't had a crossover here. Okay, this is still below price, so technically on daily we are still in a downtrend, and I would expect us somewhere soon to kind of start picking up off these levels here. So these are pretty strong levels which we're coming up to. So I'm still of the opinion that we're going to get some kind of a pullback. Now, just looking at the price action from yesterday, I'm just going down to the 12-minute candle here, and you can see how we had a green candle, didn't really bounce off a level. So if you didn't get in on this, don't feel bad. I would have at least expected this level to get hit, and we didn't even get there. So my orders were sitting right here on the gap close, which is sitting over there. Okay, so my long orders 47,547, and we missed that. So it's not really that important. The important fact is that we are above the cloud again. So it's a question of whether we stay above this cloud. So that basically brings us back to what I said earlier. You're watching these two levels. Okay, so you're watching a break below 48,532, and you're watching for a break above 48,950. Those are the two levels you're watching, and that's going to dictate which way we go. Bear in mind, today is midterm elections, so not sure what time that kicks off, but probably kicks off sometime this afternoon or early afternoon. And yeah, that's pretty much where we are at the moment. So anyway, I hope that helps, and just keep those stops tight today. It could be a pretty interesting day. Oh, sorry, the last thing we need to look at is Tencent. And Tencent is down 1.8% at the moment. But based on yesterday, that means nothing. And the dollar had got a bit of a hiding yesterday, so the rand is down to 14.18, which would also influence the index to the downside. Okay, so yeah, I think that's it for me today. Watch these two levels, and that's going to dictate which direction you're going in. Just bear in mind that anything to the downside is a scalp, and any decent setups alongside, you can probably look at it as a swing trade setup. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Hope it helps, and I will catch up with you later. Cheers for now.